Hi, it's Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're back to our viewer requests. There are quite a few, so we are getting to them as quickly as we can in between our other projects. Glad to be in the service in the key of C is the request. Some viewers are requesting multiple songs, so I am taking one from that list and going on to the next, and I'll be back to the other songs. Key of C was requested. Let's look at our scale. We'll keep it here. So this song is a processional song used by a lot of churches back in my day. What we do the scales for is so that we can hear our melody, because from the melody is where we will build our generic chords and then extended chords from there. Glad to be in the service. Repeat, glad to be. One more. Now this is very low. He didn't have to let me live. He didn't have to let me live. The key change. I'm glad to be in the service one more time. Now, again, a lot of musicians are either comfortable in C, or the singers they have to work with don't take them into keys, which makes it choir or congregational friendly. So we'll stay in the key of C. They'll always got to cover the natural number system for those who do use the number system. The 1, the 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 once again. Now, of course, you can use inversions of that number system. So basic, the 1. Just to get comfortable in the 1. I'm glad. The 6, 5. The chord's in a weird spot because it's so low. He wanted to have to let it. Didn't have to. B flat left, or major on the 6. Octaves. The 2, 1, 5. And as you can see, your left hand is getting trained, because when you begin to add the lower notes, if you don't have a musician, a bass player, then you'll be able to now extend your chords. So let's go with a different version of extended chords. And like 3-part harmony. Practice. Different way of extending your chords, still training the left hand. So now let's extend the chords out and add our lowest note, which is the bass. For beginner. Now, as you can see, we gave you no passing chords or no progressions, because we want to learn the song first. Let's get a nice tempo with this, a rhythm, so that you can apply these chords. I should have one right here. Let me just set the speed. This is a good one. Set the speed, practice speed. Good practice speed. Here we go. And practice speed. 5, 2, 5. He didn't let me live. He didn't have to let me. I'm glad to be in. Keep that beat in the background. So that's a good practice beat. Now this is when you begin to look at what we call progressions, where you want to be able to lead the next chord change with a seventh or a major chord. Let's try it. 3, 2, 3, and one more. Rhythm on the left hand. Let's add more to it. Passing tone. Right down the scale. Walk it right. One more time. One. Change to the bend. Now the one more time. D, one more. The 6, one more. Major, I'm glad to be in the service. One more time. One more time with the E. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more. The major 7. I'm glad to be in the service. One more time. One more time with the E. One more time. One more. Getting ahead of myself. That's glad to be in the service. So as you can see, once you got an actual rhythm to practice with, the chords become a little more comfortable to go find. Again, we're working off the scale. And we did throw in a major 7th, A7, a minor. There's our 7th chord, right? Or our Yes, I'll diminish chord. So there's not really much left to the song. A lot has to do now with how do you want to approach the song. That was a practice speed. We're going to bring this lesson to a close. We've shown you the chords to build the song from its essence of scales into the melody, into left-hand chords from the number system, and then the extended chord. So let's speed it up a bit because I never know from the viewers at what level you are. And for those who are watching, I'm going to request that you place in your comment what level of lesson do you want, beginner, intermediate, or advanced, so I know how much I should take with the lesson. But then I try to cover everybody. We're going to speed it up just a bit to get it to church tempo, because it's almost like it's an actual processional. Is that the right speed? Let me try it. I'm glad. One more time. Let me live. It's there to be the service. What? One more time. Start with the E. One more. One more. One more. The major set. One more time. I'm glad to be in the service. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. Repeat, I'm glad to be in the service. I'm glad to be in the one more time. Okay, and that is your lesson. Glad to be in the service, the key of C. Sam Tober, Sound of Joy Music Services. As always, if you enjoy these viewer request breakdowns, consider giving us a thumbs up like. That looks good in the YouTube algorithm. Give us a subscription if you're not a subscriber. Hit that notification bell so you'll be updated when a new lesson of any type gets placed on the page. And always, leave us a comment. Sam Tober, Sound of Joy Music Services. See you on the next viewer request.